guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So, Lost Mojo Day. So I thought I would do something in our little book that we are making today. It feels like I haven't done anything in this for a little while, but I have been quite busy. I've been making all sorts of bits and pieces. So I've got some little leftover things that I would like to sort of like incorporate in this today. They're all just on my desk. So I think it's just sort of like using up some leftover bits today. This is the fabric that I was hardening. So I've still got some of this left, so I might be able to use some of that in here. I've got a few pieces. That's just a little piece of paper, I think. I've got this. I really like that. This is the ribbon. It was like a ribbon, big roll of it, like this. It's not soft anyway, so adding just a little bit of the stiffener has really worked really well, but the colour did sort of like just smudge a little bit in here. This one wasn't so bad, but the pink, it's not colour fast. The ink is just printed on, so do be careful if you've got that and you do it as well. I've got some little circles, all these little bits that I found on my desk, bits of lace that I thought I might just add into there. And I even found a picture of a fairy, so maybe we will put that on there as well. And I've got my little box with all my bits of paper in, some of this lovely spring papers which I thought I might be able to put in there as well. Quick thing I wanted to show you first is I'm making some journals. I have got 4 journals on the go here, and these are paper bag journals. These will eventually go into my shop, either my shop or I'll sell them on Instagram. I'm not quite sure yet, but I've got 4 of them, and they're just lovely. Oh, I love them. So watch out for these. I will be finishing these up. They've got the sort of like the hard spine. I've had so many people asking me about the one that I use, which is this one, that I put all my little bits and pieces in, and this is the same journal, how I made it. We've got the little pocket in there, so it's the same sort of thing, and it's got 2 signatures in and a little hard bit. When I do them, there will probably be just plain paper in there. Well, not plain paper, but I will use my digital papers, but it won't be embellished. I might put embellishments with it so you can decorate it yourself. But just plain, so you've got something to work in. But loving them, absolutely loving them. So that's what I've been up to. And then, of course, I've been making my little fabric journal in the evenings, which I'm just loving. I'm just having so much fun doing that. I did sit down earlier, actually, and have a little sew in here. It's so relaxing to do. I did this one here, this lovely little pocket. I just think it's so lovely. Really, really nice. So I could sit. I sewed this one in, and look how wonky it is. It's sort of like in a little bit of a tilt, but you know, I've made it into a little side tuck in there, and then we've got a pocket in here. But I'm not really worried. I'm not really worried. But I just think it's so lovely. And what other one did I do? I did this one. And I'm just loving having all these little bits. I'm just picking up bits of like the netting and the lace and just sewing them on. There is no rhyme or reason to me doing it. I'm just sort of like sewing, picking bits up and sewing them on, which, you know, it's just great fun. So if you've sort of like lost your mojo, just get a little, if you've got some scrap fabric or something, just start sort of sewing little bits on, and you know, you can make little pockets and things like that to put into your paper journals. You know what I mean? Just have a little play. I think they're just lovely, lovely. What else was I doing? Can you believe it's the 1st of April today? It's just crazy, isn't it? I don't know where the last 3 months have gone. I just want to show you this as well. I made a little basket, little lace basket with a fabric stiffener as well, and I threaded through a little bit of seam binding through there. This has just got all my little flowers in, but look how pretty that is. Oh, so lovely. And again, because it's coming up to Easter, we can pop in a little chocolate Easter egg or some little biscuits or little sweets or something in there. And how lovely. I would love to get something like that. I think it's just the prettiest. But at the moment, I'm just keeping my little flowers in there. I think they're so pretty, but I'm not quite sure. I might make some of these and put them in my shop with some little embellishments in. I think they're just beautiful. It's quite hard, you know, it's quite a stiff one, but I just really enjoyed making that. So that's my little show and tell bits, what I've been up to. I don't know why I've got a piece of paper there. Not quite sure what that was from. So guys, let's have a go. Let's see what we're gonna do. That was the last one I did, which I think that's so pretty, isn't it? We had the little tag in there and two little flippy things going on there, and that sort of like holds them together. I think that's really lovely. So this one, what we're going to do on these page, we've got all these bits and pieces. I'd like to put something down here, but I need a piece of the white on the back. That might work, mightn't it? I've got that little bit. That's not really big enough. That's not big enough. We've got a little bit of yellow. It's a little bit longer. Which I quite like this yellow. So should we just, where's my ruler? Should we just sort of like tear a little bit down and stick that in? It's just to sort of make sure these pages don't fall out. So let's just fold this in half, like that. Super. Gosh, yeah, I really can't believe it's April already. It's my birthday in 2 weeks' time. So, not quite sure what we're going to do. Probably not a lot, really. But maybe probably just go out to dinner. Hopefully it'll be nice weather. Don't know what day my birthday's on. But yeah, it's come by so quickly. Really has. My daughter's taking the girls to Malaga. They're going to a butterfly park place, thingamajiggy. So that's on Easter Friday, Good Friday. They're going for a couple of days. So that will be nice. But they are coming down here for the summer, so I'm so excited about that. Right now, that's going to be quite strong in there, hopefully. So yes, we were going to go, but it's probably about, for us, maybe 3-4 hour drive to Malaga. But Jessie, we'd take Jessie with us, but she's not fabulous at the moment. We went to the beach the other day, and I think she got a little bit confused because she headed off home. I don't know why, so we weren't down there for very long, and I think she got a little bit confused. Bless her. So yeah, we were going to go, but it's too much of a drive, and I don't really want to leave her with anybody. Oh, these are going to look lovely on here, but I wanted to use maybe these. Which is the longest? This is the longest. Oh, that's really hard. Let's just chop that off. So guys, gather up some bits that you've got on your desk. It doesn't matter if they don't really match. It doesn't matter. This is a little book. If you're working in one of these little books, it's just a sort of fun little book that we can work in. And just have ideas, really. Just little ideas to put things on. Pop in there. Maybe you can transfer the ideas once you've done it into your bigger journal. So that's quite nice. Should we have a little flippy? We like a little flippy, don't we? So that means I need to take the end of this off here, like that. And then we're going to just bend a little bit. Just bend this over, like that. Which way should we go? Maybe we'll bend it this way. I love this purple paper, these little flowers. I think they're supposed to be sort of forget-me-nots. But they are just gorgeous. Look at that, it's not very straight. But it does the job. It's not straight, but it does the job, doesn't it? I think I might just sort of collage this up then. Put that over there. I do like having little extras in here. Shall we make this into a little tuck as well? I forgot, I've got ink. Feels like I haven't inked anything for ages either. Oh, I'm going to round the corners. We like to round the corners, don't we? Should we have a decorative one? So yeah, I like doing this sort of Lost Mojo makes because it gives me a chance to sort of like just make. It's like our little anything goes journals, isn't it? Just put anything in it. Just go with it. Like I said before, this sort of journal can be yours. You don't have to show anybody what's in it or what you're doing. If things don't quite work out, then just redo it. Do it on another page. Because, you know, not everything is going to be perfect. And when you're in a little bit of what am I going to be doing today, crafty wise, you don't need to worry about things being perfect, because look, this isn't cut perfectly at all. Should I stick that on or should I do these first? I better do these first, hadn't I? I was going to make that into a little tuck as well. She looks nice on there. What have we got on here? Let's have a little peek. This is one of that. It's very, very hard, that one. I've got this. I've got like a little flower. I don't know where this came from. I really, really don't. Let's just chop this little bit off. Chop that. Funny looking thing, isn't it? But it will work on there beautifully. Look at that. And then if we just stick that on top, this can be like a little tuck spot in there, can't it? We can tuck something in. Should we just stick her on? What should we stick her on? I think maybe we should use a little bit of 3-in-1 and just stick down. Just stick down this edge. Like that. So guys, have you got any plans for April? Are you doing anything at all? Anything nice for Easter time? Oh, that's come through there, I can feel that. I think we're going to have a little barbecue on Easter Sunday. Fingers crossed the weather will be lovely. But I thought we might have a little barbecue, sit out in the garden and have a little relax, which is nice. What should we do? What should we do? Let's go this way. We just sort of want this bit, don't we? Like that. Oopsie daisy. Let's just pop you down. I think I would have to. I'm going to glue this onto our little flippy. I think I'll just glue this bit down as well, so then we can have a little. Have I got anything to tuck in there? What have I got? This will do. Then this can just have a little tucky spot in there. Okay. I'm going to stick this one down first. And then I won't do anything on this side, and then that can be another sort of page that we can embellish. Just there. Look how wibbly wobbly that is. And this can lift up. Do it so it's in line with that. Oops. Here we go. Super, super, super duper. Oh, look at my glue. Oh, that's oozing out. Let's stick that back in there. Right, what were we doing? What were we doing? We're putting this on, weren't we? So that flips. Put it lower. Maybe there. Should we do it there? Oh, I'm going to need this now, aren't I? So, shall I stick this little bit just so it sticks to the page? Like that. Have you guys stiffened any fabric yet? Have you tried the PVA and water to do it? Because that works as well. I did buy the fabric stiffener, but you know, you can use PVA and just some water. Use more PVA than water if you want it to be a lot harder. The only trouble is with the glue, and you're sort of like gluing, you want to, you know, glue the lace, harden the lace, you will get bits in between with the PVA. It gives you like a little layer of see-through glue, if that makes sense, on it, whereas the fabric I keep calling it fabric softener, fabric stiffener doesn't. So, but it's worth a try. It's worth a try with PVA. Okay, they're too big to go in there. Let's have this little one. Got a couple of these. See, look, that's, you can fit lots of lovely bits that can go all the way down there. Perfect. Beautiful little pocket. So it's just sort of like a little collage, isn't it? And this just lifts up. Lovely. Now the other thing I made, which I would like to incorporate in here, I did these this week as well. Oopsie daisy. These are some resin bits. Now I've got a little purple one that I would like to use in here. There it is. Look at the texture in these. Just beautiful, aren't they? Love them. So they're little embellishments. These ones are like little ones for little key rings. But this is a little purple one I wanted to use. I've made them, look at that. Can you see the little texture in there? Oh, just lovely. Lovely, lovely. Just wanted to sort of hang it off the page. I'm going to have to hang it off here. But I was going to... This is the little bits I've just used. Maybe I'll make a little sort of... Should I make it like a little page tab? So will it come out? Quite like it to sort of hang on the edge of the book. So when it closes, it's not in the book. So it needs to sort of hang from here. So it's a bit of a long one, isn't it? Maybe I just do it from this page. That's going to be probably better. I think the other one's going to be just a little bit too big. Right, shall we do these and a little, I'm going to do that, and then we can make a little hole in that bit. Oh, I should have done the other one, it's upside down. Never mind. See, look, then we've got like a little bump in there. Let's just do these two little ones like that. Look at that. That's our little page tab. There we go. Perfect. So then this will sit. I need to make a little hole, don't I? Let's make a little hole. Pop the little hole right there, like that. And then, oops, this one. So then that can just sit on there like that. It's sort of part of that page then, isn't it? Perfect. Let's just stick this on. There we go. Oh guys, I got nothing exciting to say. We haven't really done anything at all except for sort of, you know, work, sorting out the Friday freebie. We've been updating a few things. Nothing very exciting. We haven't been anywhere. We haven't done anything. Sun's coming out. It's lovely. I have actually done some bits in the garden. But that's about as my excitement goes. Pop this in there, look. Then I've got a little dingly dangly. Even I go that way? Yes. You see it then, I've got a little dingly dangly. And by adding these things to my journals as I go, the things that I've done each week, it's sort of like a reminder, isn't it? You go back and you think, oh yeah, I did that. I should really get one of those little stamps, shouldn't I? The little date stamps. That's what I should pop on my list. And then when I sort of like make one, I could sort of like, I could write it. I quite like the thought of having to stamp it, have a little stamp on there. Right, we need to do something with this page now. So we've got a little flip, little tucky pocket in there, which is kind of nice, isn't it? So we just need something. What should we do on here? Got all sorts of these bits that I haven't really used. We could just have another little sort of collagey pocket, couldn't we? Should we add a bit of that to that? I do like pockets. I think they're just, you know, nice to put in a journal because you can never have too many pockets in something. Well, this is a little bit, this is that lovely bit of vintage lace. I just want to put that on there just to make the pocket a little bit bigger. Like that. That's nice. So I'd need to just stick that along there, I think. I could probably sew it actually. It would probably sew through this. I'm just going to add glue. I just want to use what's sort of on my table here without it having to get too confusing. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't want to have too much stuff. I do tell you this all the time, or I do mention it. The more you have on your desk, the more you find it harder, I think, to make something because you've got too much choice. So if you're having a lost mojo sort of day, just pick a few things out. That's what I like to just have. This is why I've got this little box, because then you just pop some little bits and pieces in during the week, that, you know, little leftover bits, and then you've got a time when you can't think of something to do. Just go through the little box, and just, if you're going to make one of these little books, I'll pop the link down. I'll pop the playlist of these down anyway, and then you've got something to work in. And just do a little page. It just, I think it's just helps so much. I'm going to just add a little bit of this gloopy glue. Let's just pop some on these bits. Oh dear. Down through here. A little bit down there. I'm going to add a bit along the bottom like that for a second. That can stick on there. That can stick down. go. I'm not going to put anything too heavy in that anyway. So we'll just make sure it's stuck down nicely. There we go. And we've got a little pocket. There's a little card that we can put in there. So you can put that and it goes right down. And also another thing, if you've got a lacy pocket and your little corners get stuck, just round them off with your little your corner punch, and then that means that when it goes in, they don't get caught in your little lacy pockets, in your little lacy bits, because there's nothing worse than trying to get something in and then you end up getting quite frustrated because it won't, you know, go in and out of the pocket properly. Right, I kind of like that. I think that's really nice. Right, what else have we got? Anything exciting on here? We've got a little daisy. Shall I try and cut one of these out? Shall I? Let's see. With my little punch. I do put this through a lot of, poor thing, a lot of things. I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to, do you think I'm going to get this stuck in my punch? I'm going to just go through there. Yeah, look, I've kind of got that stuck now. Okay. Look at that, my poor, I told you I get this poor punch is, I normally sort of like bang it on the table and it sort of comes up, but I'm going to get that stuck now in there. This is what not to do. The trouble is, this isn't quite hard enough for it to clip through. So I'm going to just try and hopefully, there we go. Just nuzzle it a little bit. Oops. And it will come through. Look at that. What not to do with your punch. Right. I'm going to just cut this bit. Have you guys been through this as well? I'm sure you have. If you've got a big punch, look at my poor punch. Oh, it's been through so much. Wow, we sort of got a circle. Let's just cut the rest out. Okay. Now we've got a nice little daisy and a big mess. Well, at least I've got my punch back anyway. There we go. Look at that. So then we've got this little daisy on there. I'm going to just ink around the edge. Like that. Just a little bit of ink. Could probably put that on the little bowl pin actually. What do you think? Or should I just stick it on? Let's try. Got some. Oh no, I'll tell you what I do have. Look, I've got these little tiny little paper clips with hearts on. Maybe I just, oops, where's that one? There we go. Maybe I just paper clip it to the pocket. I got these little paper clips from Temu. I was ordering some what are they called? Bowl pins. Oh my gosh, my brain. Ordering some bowl pins and I saw these little paper clips. They've got tiny little hearts on it. They're only little. Aren't they lovely? Oh, I like that on there. That's really nice, isn't it? Right, anything else that we can put on here? What do you think? I've got a little bit of ribbon in here. This is seam binding. I do love seam binding. But we need something. We need something, guys, don't we? We need something in here. So if we got that as a pocket, I need to sort of, oh look, should we put our little wheelbarrow in? Will that fit? Oh, it does fit. That fits lovely in there. We need something. I need a little bow or something on the corner. unless I use one of my little flowers. Could do a little bow. Bow without my bow maker. Oh, I haven't had my bow maker out for a little while either. I could come out and make a few little bows. What do you think? I'm not sure that I like that. Let's take one of our little seam binding flowers. Pop it onto here. Pop it onto there. I just need something. Oh, maybe we'll have it on the pocket, on the page. I need something on there, don't we? That little one is to go onto my journal. This one here. That's going to sit on there like that. But this, I'm going to end up losing that one in a minute because I keep taking it from pillar to post. What's this? This is all this hand-dyed one that I did, which is just beautiful. I love it. Oh, look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Should we just add a little bit of this to the top? Because again, this is what I've been doing. So all of these can work together. Where's my little flower gone? There it is. And that can just sit on the corner. Very, very simple pages. It's quite bright in here again today. Is that a little bit better? Don't know, I've got my blinds down because it's quite sunny, but for some reason my camera is very, very bright at the moment. I'm going to take some glue gun glue and just pop that along the top and stick this down. There we go. And then our little flower. Now what did I do with him? Oh my gosh, I've lost the little flower. Did I flick it with this one? Oh dear, I'll have to pick another one unless I put it back. I don't know, I flicked him somewhere. Let's pop you on there with a little bit of glue. Pop you down. Do we want something in the middle? Should we pop something in there? So look, that's a really nice collagey page, isn't it? And that's just using things that I've used this week and bits and pieces off my desk, which I love. I need a little something in there though, don't I? Shall I get some little beads or something? Let's have a look. What have I got in here? I've got those tiny little flowers. Shall I put one of those in? Can you see these are tiny little ones? What should we have? A little pink one? I think that will sort of disappear in there. I don't know. That's quite nice actually, because I don't want anything too big and bulky, do we? Very tiny though. Let's just diddly bit of glue and pop that in. There we go. Can you see that? It's just a little flower in there. A little flower in a flower. There we go. So I think that's probably done actually. Don't think I need to add anything else to that. It's not quite as pretty as this page. I like this page, but it's using up the bits on the desk and I think they all go and match in together pretty well, don't they? Do you think I need to add something in there? Not really. Oops, not in view very well, am I? I think I'll leave that. And then maybe I could pop some little. Oh, then again, guys, I could probably use up this and pop a couple of little pockets in there. I'm going to fold this in half because if I don't use this up, it's going to get lost. It will go into the void that we all have and get lost, and I'll never see it all again. Right, do you think I will be able to look, and then we can have some little pockets on there. Oh, perfect. I'm actually getting to like this fabric stiffener. The more I use it, the nicer, you know, the more I realise what I can make with it. I'm going to ink the little bits around. Because look, you can punch it, you can ink it, you can do all sorts of things with it. And if you've got a really nice piece of fabric, you know, it's quite nice to make it into a little pocket. If you didn't want a soft pocket, you make it into a little hard pocket. Should we have this one under here? Take that off. I'm going to see, oh no I'm not, I'm going to use this. I was going to use tacky glue, but I think I'm going to use this because it's quite hard. Let's just a little bit of glue. There we go. So guys, lost mojo, just pick up. I know it's really hard when you lose your mojo and you sit here. I do it, you know, I sit here and I think, oh, what am I going to make? But I just start tiddling around with bits of paper, and I'm loving this book. I really, really am loving this book because I don't have to think too much. I've got that ready to just doing what we're doing today. And if you want to do something sort of crafty, you can just make yourself a little page layout like that. And I just think this is coming along and it's just looking so lovely, isn't it? It's just a big mishmash of all sorts of things in here. And I love it. I really, really do. I need to do something with this page because that looks a little bit boring, doesn't it? We'll come back to this. Oh, I forgot about this lovely rosy paper. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so what did I do? I just did these, didn't I? If I've got anything to go in them. Oh, look, I've got my little tags like this. There we go. Oh, I think they need a bit of inking. Let's pop a little bit of ink around so we can actually see what's on the back. Brown. There we go. Oh, do you think we need something on here now? Need a little bit of something. Need a little bit of lace or something, don't we? See, once you start going, you've got all these lovely little things. Oh, what's that? That would go on there. Let's just rip. This is the hardened one. Oh, I had the flowers. That's what I was doing as well this week, wasn't it? These are the little fabric flowers that I made. Or maybe I'll use some of these. Look at this one I popped out. Look at that. Oopsie daisy. That was some flower fabric and it just happened to cut out, so it's got the little middle bit in the middle. So that's lovely. Oh, we could put some of these little pink ones on, couldn't we? Let's take that off. Oh, maybe we'll add a few little flowers. That's a good idea. What shall we use? No, I'm going to use a little bit of this. A little bit of messy glue. A little bit. Let's pick. What should we have? A little. Look, I've got glue everywhere. Oh, I can't pick it up. There we go. We've got a little coloured one there, and that can just sort of sit in the middle, like that. And then I'm going to put another one here. Put this one down. Look, I've got glue everywhere. Little one in there. Another little blob of glue. Like that. And then we will have a little blue one. Look, we've got a little tiny blue one. You can just stick on the top like that. little flowers. That's perfect. Can you see that? Little flowers on there. I think they look so pretty. So let's take those out. So I have got hundreds and hundreds of these flowers. They are just perfect. And the little bows. I don't want to put the bows in there because when I close the journal it's going to make it too sort of thick. But they are just perfect, aren't they? So we've got two little pockets with our little tags in, like that. And then we can do something with that. I might actually just put, maybe I'll do that now before I forget. I'm going to just put a plain piece of coffee stain paper, if I have a piece. Here's a little piece. I might just stick that on there so we've got like a little hidden journaling spot underneath that. What do you think? Right, I don't think this is going to be very level, look, because we're way off there. But let's just do just a strip like that. Put that on there. Just going to cut it down just a little bit, just so it doesn't touch that. Let's take this. There we go, that fits in there a little bit better. And then this will just close over and you wouldn't even know. Open it up and then you've got like a little journaling spot in there. I think I might actually stick some little flowers around there as well. Just when I thought it was finished, just add a little bit more. So a little bit of ink around the edge. Pop that on. Like that. What should we stick it down with? Stick it a little bit down with a little bit of tacky glue. Just around the edges. If I do it just around the edges, you don't get the glue marks underneath your paper like that, especially on the tea or coffee stain paper. You tend to get the glue marks showing through. So we shall just do it around the edge like that. There we go. Can you see? You can see things that see how wonky I am today. But that's okay. That's on there pretty straight. Shall we take some flowers then and just put some flowers on? I'm going to use the tacky glue because I think it will work. So let's just, I'm going to just blob just randomly around like that, and we can stick some flowers on. So a little one, so we have a little green one on there. Let's go for a little brown one. I mean, they are just so lovely. That on. This is a nice little spotty, little green spotty one. You can go about there. Oh, what fun. Pop you on there. So they're sort of like half on and half off. There's another green spotty one up there. I think we'll have to have some little ones in this one. Got a little pink one. Probably should do it with my tweezers really. A little pink one there, and we'll have a little blue one, or is a green one. That one will do. Have a little coloured one there. Oh, I think, you know, I think I might like it all the way round. Should we have a big one there? Then a small one. What do you think? quite liking this. I quite like this. I'm going to add just a few more dots in between, like that. There we are. Let's put some of these on. Oh, I like. Let's have these one. Can go up there. Can come down there. Oh, I quite like it actually when they overlap. It looks nice, doesn't it? Let's put you on there. I'm hoping I've got enough glue on these. We will find out. If they fall off, then I will have to add a little bit more glue. There's a tiny, tiny little pink one there. So, oh, these are a perfect addition, aren't they? To a little border. I did do the, oh, that didn't stick very well, did it? I did do the border on the page, didn't I, when I first did these? And that looked really nice. So just framing this little journaling spot, I think that's really lovely. Just stick you on. Oops. You will cover up those two like that. Then we want one more. Oh, I got fluff all over my fingers. One more. What should we put on there? There you go. Like that. Fabulous. And then this will just, oh look, isn't that nice? Then it goes, because we've got the little flower on there as well. That opens up and we've got this lovely flowery journaling spot. Look at that. That's so pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. Look really pretty in a little nature journal. Little fairy journals, aren't they? I think that would look really, really pretty. So we've got the flowers on there that match, and that opens up like that. So fabulous. Love it. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So that's your Lost Mojo. And like I always say, once you start, get going, it's sort of, you get into the flow a little bit more, and then you can add bits. Like I said, it doesn't have to match. It's all really, it's entirely up to you how you do it. But just get a few bits. Like I say, I always say this, don't have too much on your table, because you're just gonna have too much choice, and too much choice leads to not actually achieving anything. Then you know, it takes you hours and hours to do something, when you can just take a few bits out, and then you will definitely only use those bits. But I am loving it. I'm just going to add a little bit of, just stick this little bit down like that on there. Beautiful. So we have got a little flip in there. So we've got a pocket in this one, we've got two pockets there, we've got a little journaling spot, and we have a pocket in that one. So I think it's beautiful. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, can't believe it is actually April already. Good start to the month anyway. So I'll link all the little bits and pieces and the videos that I've used to make the flowers and bits and pieces, and you know, harden the fabric. So I will list the bits and pieces that I remember under the video. Well, do have a lovely rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.